Hello friend, welcome back to my new lecture on Java AWT. It is in continuation of the previous lecture, and in the previous lecture we have discussed about the different component and element of the Java AWT. Today we will discuss about the complete program of AWT, and uh, and as we know the different component, following are the different component: label, button, uh, button also, checkbox, choice button, list box, scroll bar, text field, text area, and checkbox, as well as checkbox group, and many more other component of which are related to the Java AWT. And these components are also described in this way, in this hierarchy also. And the difference between Java AWT and Java Spring also discussed in the previous class. So today we will discuss about the complete program, how the component hierarchy of Java AWT and Java Spring. So before starting the complete program, we have to understand this class hierarchy, component hierarchy of Java AWT, and these are the component as well as the class also. So button, canvas, checkbox, choice, label, list, scroll bar. So there are many more components also in the list of this component hierarchy. And text component is divided into text area and text field, as well as we have been container, and inside the container uh, we can contain and we can store multiple components. So you can see here the relational diagram of all these components as well as this container. So container, the combination of different components are the container, and we can include the container inside the panel, and panel is a part of java.applet class. And same way the file dialog, having dialog and frame and dialog also being a window subclass. So these are the base classes, and this way we have containers. So this is the component hierarchy model of Java AWT. So you can see here the another diagram. This is the swing diagram. In Java Swing we have been all the elements same as in Java AWT: button, canvas, checkbox, choice, label, list, scroll bar. All components are also be used in Java Swing, but J is appended here. J is prefixed here. So J button, J label. Instead of label, we are writing in Java Swing J label, J combo box, J checkbox, J list, J scroll bar, and J text component. And inside J text component, we have J text field and J text area. And here uh, the frame and dialog are two parts of this window. Inside window, we can display frame, we can display dialog, and inside the frame we have been J frame and J dialog. So in Java Swing we will have J frame instead of frame. We will have J frame, and window also J window. In case of window we will have J window, as well as J panel and J applet. If we are using the applet, then we will have J panel, and inside J panel we have J applet. However, in case of this applet, we have been container, and inside the container we have panel and window, and inside window we have frame or dialog, and inside dialog we have file dialog. So this is the hierarchy of the Java AWT, and this is the hierarchy of Java Swing. So there is a difference between this Java Swing and Java AWT. Java Swing is advanced than Java AWT, and the component of Java Swing are lightweight, but we cannot mix the component of Java Swing as well as Java AWT. Separately they will be used. Either we will use Java Swing or Java AWT. They will not intermixed. And these are the different primitive classes, primitive component, button, label, checkbox, scroll bar. They all are primitive. You can see again here, button, canvas, checkbox. They all are these component. All the component are the primitive component. So primitive, their category is primitive category, and container are the panel, frame, dialog are the container. You can see here uh, panel, window, frame, dialog panel, dialog frame. They are the container. And layout manager will discuss on next classes. We have been flow layout, border layout, grid by layout. We have been different layout. So we'll place the component according to these layout. So this will be discussed in the next classes, and we'll also perform event handling on our AWT form or JavaScript form, and graphics will also be used. Color, font, graphics. We have already discussed color, font, and graphics, and geometric shape. Different geometric shape also be discussed. Point, rectangle, dimension. We can draw these type of the geometric shapes, as well as images, audio file, video file. We can include all these files in Java applet as well as in Java AWT. So some of them discussed in the previous classes, and some of the points like layout manager, container, event handling we discuss in the next classes. So this is the GUI model of this Java AWT, and previous class we have discussed about this. Suppose we have in this program, we have three label L1, L2 and L3. So we have to attach all three label on the applet. So we'll write here program public class label. The name of class is label and it is extended from applet class. So before starting the applet, we have to import java.awt and java.applet.star, and inside this we will write init function. So first of all, we'll define the object of label L1, L2 and L3. L1 equals to new label 1, and L2 equals to new label 2, and L3 equals to new label 3. Add L1, add L2 and add L3. So all the label will be added by these commands: add L1, add L2 and add L3. So now see this is the difference, and see that this program, this is the complete program, and in this program we have this label as well as label the text box. So you can see here, same as the previous program, we have to write import java.awt, import java.applet.star, and then public class text field extend applet, public void init, and we have been labeled L1, L2, L3 and L4. L1 equals to new label name, L2 equals to new label address, L3 equals to new label age, and L4 equals to new label phone number. Suppose we are retrieving all these values. Suppose we are designing a admission form, and where we are collecting all the data: name, address, age and phone number of each student. So so we have been 4 labels, so we'll add all 4 labels. So you can see here, add L1, add L2, add L3, add L4. So in front of label we have to add the text field. So we have been 4 label L1 to L4. So accordingly we have to define here 4 text box also. So text field, text field. So text field T1, T2, T3, T4. So accordingly we have been L1, L2, L3 and L4. So these are the corresponding text field of these labels. So we have been mentioned here the name T1 equals to new text field. Basically this name T1 is used, T1 is for label name. So its width is, its number of characters will store in it. Means the size will define the text field. T1 text field is 10. This is for name, and address, the size of address is 30, because the second one T2 equals to new text field 30. So its size is 30. T3 equals to new text field 20. Its size for age, its size is 20, and the fourth is for phone number. So we have defined here T4 equals to new text field 10. Then we will write in the pair of label and text box. We will add pair of label and text box. So add L1, add T1. So accordingly we will write here add L1, add T1, add L2, add T2. You can see here add L1, add T1, add L2, add T2, add L3, add T3, add L4, add T4. So one-to-one correspondence is there. So with label we are adding the text field. So this is the program, this is the complete program, and when this program will be executed, then it will display both label and text boxes. So now this is the another program where we have this class. So this is another program where in this program we are using frame. So in this class we are not importing applet import java.awt.star only. We are importing AWT package, and then we have been class button example extend frame. So with help of the frame class, with help of frame container, means the AWT component will be fixed inside the frame container. So you can see here in the previous program we have been extended it to applet. So here we are using applet, and in this program we are using frame. So we are storing the element on applet as well as frame. So you see in this program we have been frame as well as dialog, file dialog. So inside the window, the container is the window, and this window container having frame as well as dialog. So also applet is also there. Same way in this string component we have been component. Inside the component we have applet, and as well as we have been frame also, frame and dialog. So in this program, this previous program, first program, we are using text field, and this text field, public class text field, is extended from the applet, and that's why we have written here import java.applet.star. And while in this program, we are extending it to frame. So class button example extend from frame. We are not writing here applet because we are not displaying the component inside the applet. We are displaying the element inside the frame. So we have been these two options. Either we will display the element on frame or applet. So this is the main public static void main. So in case of frame, we will write here public static void main string alias. While in case of applet, we will write here public void init or public void paint. So we have been used here init. We have not used paint function, but we can use paint also. So in this case, we are not using any init or paint function. We are using public static void main, and inside the main we are defining the object of the frame f, and panel p inside the frame will display the panel, and inside the panel will put these three buttons. So f equals to new frame. F is the object of frame, and f equals to new frame, and button example is its title. So in the title of the frame it will display button example, and the size of frame is 500 by 500, 500 width, 500 height, and the background color of the frame will be red, and set visible will be true. So by this command it will display the component inside the frame. And now we are having one panel p equals to new panel. So inside the frame we have been panel. We can define or we can display different panels inside the frame. So p equals to new panel, and b1 equals to new button, and b2 equals to new button reset, and b3 equals to new button stop. So we have been three button. Their caption is new, reset, and stop, and we'll include all these three buttons inside the panel. So we'll write here p dot add b1, p dot add b2, and p dot add b3. So b1, b2, and b3, all three buttons are added on p. P is the panel, and this P panel will be added on the frame. So F is the object of the frame, and its title is this, its size is this, and its background is red, and set visible equals to 2. So F dot add P. So inside the frame we are adding panel, and inside the panel we are adding 3 buttons. So this will display 3 buttons on the panel, and this panel will be displayed inside the frame, and finally we'll having the frame. So program displays 3 different buttons on the frame. So this is one of the program, and same way we have another program. In this program we have been checkboxes. We have defined here, again we have written here java.awt.star. So there is no need of java.applet.star. However, we have written here java.applet.star, but it's no use and no requirement. Only java.awt is sufficient here. So we have been class checkbox, extend frame, and public static void main string args. So we are not writing here init because it is extended from frame. If it is extended from applet, then we'll write here public void init or public void frame. So it will be public void, public static void main, and string args. And F is the object of frame, and F equals to new frame checkbox. So its title is checkbox, and the background of frame is red, and set size of frame is 100 by 100, and f dot set visible equals to 2. Frame by this command the frame will be visible, and we have been two object of checkbox C1 and C2. Checkbox C1, checkbox C2 equals to new checkbox no, new checkbox yes. And we are adding new checkbox no by this command f dot add c1, f dot add c2, and this checkbox we are redefining this checkbox c1, and this is c2, and c1 is no, and c2 this is c2 equals to no is the caption of checkbox, and CB checkbox group. This is the checkbox group, means it will come inside the checkbox group. So in case of checkbox group, we will have this will be checkbox group. So means C1 and C2 both will be displayed inside the CB. CB is the checkbox group. If we define the checkbox group, then we can select only one checkbox. If first checkbox is selected, then second one will be deselected. But in case of only checkbox, we can select both C1 and C2. So C1 equals to new checkbox no, and it is inside the CB checkbox group, and by default it is true. No will be true, and it will be false. In case when we are suppose we are keeping here true and it is false, then in that case it will be checked, and by default it will be checked and it will be unchecked. So finally we are adding here f dot add c1 and f dot add c2. So this is inside checkbox group. In case of checkbox group, we can select only one checkbox. Otherwise we can select all the checkboxes. Suppose we have 3 or 4 checkboxes, then we can select all the checkbox. So but in case of checkbox group, we will select only one checkbox. So thank you guys, thank you very much.